My name's Gail DeWitt, and I have a company called Disabled Motorcycle Riders. My website is www.disabledmotorcyclerider.com, and you can see it right here. I handle adaptions for people who want to continue to ride, who may have a disability. I also work with racers who want to race faster and use an electric shifter. Our product is called Kliktronic electric shifter, and that's one of the products that Kliktronic now manufactures. I'm going to talk about the electric shifter first, and then I'm going to tell you about a new revolutionary design for a dual brake system like there has never been out there before. It actually gives you double braking power with one hand. But first we'll talk about what an electric shifter is and what it does. The Kliktronic was designed in 1996 over in England by two engineers, one of them who had a son who was unfortunately involved in a terrible motorcycle accident. When Carl realized that he was going to become paraplegic, he wanted to ride again, and he talked to his father and said, please figure out a way for me to ride. And they came up with the Kliktronic electric shifter. My motorcycle is a Harley Sportster. It was an 883, but we bumped the motor up to a 1200 now. So my 1200 Sporty has an electric shifter on it called the Kliktronic. And if you'll come over here and take a closer look, you can see how the shifter is put on under the Sportster. It's mounted down here. This is the actuator right here. It goes right on to where the shifter pedal is, and it works as an electric foot. And up on the handlebars, I have a style that's called an on-bar system. We have two different styles. We have an on-bar system and we have an under-bar system. This is the on-bar system. For me, it works very, very well. All I do is I hit a button to go upshift, and I hit a button to downshift. That is all I have to do to shift. You'll notice that my clutch is also disengaged. It sits like this all the time. And the reason is because I have another adaptation now that's called an auto clutch. And with this auto clutch, it's basically a twist and go system. So that when my bike is in gear and there is no gas on it, the motor will stay where it's at and the bike stays where it is at. When I push down on my gas throttle, I find that my motorcycle will go. I pop it into gear and I'm off riding. The little adaptation that's here is called a cramp buster, and it's for relieving cramps in your hands. A lot of people as they ride will get cramps across their fingers, in here, here, and also in the wrist area. This little adaptation right here causes me to be able to move my throttle without getting cramping in my hands. So I can go for 100 or 150 mile an hour ride, not 150 mile an hour, but 150 mile ride, and not get any cramps. Another adaptation that's on my motorcycle is called a gel seat, and that's this piece right here. I have fibromyalgia, so I wanted to find a way that it wouldn't be so jarring on my body. And when I put the gel seat on my Sportster, it stops a lot of that up and down motion on my spine and relieves the pressure off of my spine. The other adaptation I have that I carry and handle is called a Voyager kit. The kit is added on to the back of my motorcycle. You can have a conversion kit, or you can have a conversion trike. This is a conversion kit, and this allows me to keep my rear tire of my motorcycle while it's still engaged, and it gives me the stability I need because I've blown out my shoulder. The other adaptation I did to compensate for the fact that my rotator cuff is really gone is I have specific handlebars put on. These are like ram horn handlebars. These handlebars come in and allow me, when I'm sitting on my motorcycle, to be able to pivot my body rather than pivoting using my arms. And so it makes it a lot easier for turning. The other adaptation we did on this particular motorcycle, so that it would ride much easier, is we stretched out the front and gave it a 5-degree rake, put on a new triple tree up in this area, widen the stance on it, and it gives it a much better ride as you're going down the road, and it's much easier to turn. We handle all different types of adaptions. I work with people who want to continue to ride that may necessarily have a foot problem or a hand issue, or they just want to go faster. If you throw an ignition interrupt switch onto your motorcycle for shifting, you can then take off a half a second in a quarter mile when you're doing a drag. And this will put you out in front with the rest of the big boys. Now I want to talk about the very newest adaption that Kliktronic has. In fact, it's so new, we're going to be putting another post on very shortly. It's called the K-Lever 2, or Kliktronic Lever 2. And if you come on over here, I'll show you where it's going to sit on this particular motorcycle. It's going to replace the reservoir that's up here for my front brake, and it's going to be two handles that you operate with one hand instead of the one handle here. You pull the two handles in, and this will work both your front and your rear brake together or separately. You can work them either way. It gives you two complete lines with two separate reservoirs and gives you twice the safety. Before, the only thing that was available to do in a trike situation was to be able to put a proportioning valve in. The proportioning valve works just great. Unfortunately, if your line is lost or cut, you have no way of stopping. With the K-Lever 2 system, you will be able to stop because you will have the other lines still available if something happens to one line. What's nice about the K-Lever 2 is that it's going to be adapted for either right side use, or you can mount it onto the left side of your motorcycle. You could have a front and a rear brake on the K-Lever 2. You could put a clutch and a brake on the K-Lever 2. In addition to that, you can purchase an additional kit that will give you matching handles for a real customized look. Again, if there's anything we can do to help out and you need additional adaptions, or you'd like to just call and talk about being able to ride again in safety and comfort, please feel free to contact me at either disabledmotorcyclerider.com or at our office number, which is area code 941-723-9817. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, and hope there's something that we could do to help you to be a more comfortable and a more at ease rider, and just get up and ride. I started riding at 62. I'm 64 and I'm loving it. It gets in your blood, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful way to get out and see the world. So thanks for your time.